Xbox sure had a very interesting Friday night. They went from raising the price of Xbox Live Gold to later saying, lol, nope, sorry, our bad. There's a lot here to talk about, so let's get into it. What is going on, everybody? It's Randall Thor19, the man with a million, back again with another video. Hope everyone's having an incredible day. And if you guys can do me a huge favor, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. And please hit that notification bell if you haven't already. Thank you guys for all the continued support. Well, Friday turned out to be a very interesting and weird day for Xbox. We started out the day with Microsoft angering everybody by announcing a price hike for Xbox Live, effectively doubling the price from $60 a year to $120 a year. I made a video calling out Microsoft, saying this isn't what the platform needs. Raising prices during a pandemic is incredibly tone deaf, and if you want to bring new people into your ecosystem via the Xbox Series S, then making free-to-play games $120 a year isn't the way to do it. Microsoft clearly wanted to move Gold users to Game Pass Ultimate users, and everybody saw through the charade and let Microsoft know that this wasn't acceptable. But something very interesting happened. Microsoft listened to all the feedback from their customers, and late Friday night they reversed course. You can see Xbox here tweeted out at 11 o'clock Central Time that today was not great. We always try to do our best for you, and today we missed the mark. We hear you, and we're reversing our Xbox Live Gold pricing policies. To bring Xbox Live more in line with how we see the player at the center of their experience, we will be removing gold requirements for free-to-play games. We're starting work on that immediately, and we'll have updates in the coming months. So if we head on over to Xbox Wire, we can see that they've changed the original article to no changes to Xbox Live Gold pricing, free-to-play games to be unlocked, update, still written by the Xbox Live Gold team, and I love that. I wonder if each member of the Xbox Live Gold team wrote an individual sentence so they could be all credited. I do wonder if there's an actual Xbox Live Gold team at Microsoft. But clearly, someone didn't want to put their name on the original article where they raised the price and felt it would be bad form to put their name on the article redacting the change price. So the article was updated Friday night at 8:52 Pacific time, which is 11:52 Eastern time. They say, "We messed up today and you were right to let us know. Connecting and playing with friends is a vital part of gaming, and we failed to meet the expectations of players who count on it every day. As a result, we have decided not to change Xbox Live Gold pricing. We're turning this moment into an opportunity to bring Xbox Live more in line with how we see the player at the center of their experience. For free-to-play games, you will no longer need an Xbox Live Gold membership to play those games on Xbox. We are working hard to deliver this change as soon as possible in the coming months. If you are an Xbox Live Gold member already, you stay at your current price for renewal. New and existing members can continue to enjoy Xbox Live Gold for the same prices they pay today. In the US, $9.99 for 1 month, $24.99 for 3 months, $39.99 for 6 months, and $59.99 for retail 12 months. First off, I want to thank Xbox and applaud them for walking back their decision about the Xbox Live price hike and doing it on the same day. You know, the idea of doubling the price for Xbox Live Gold to $120 a year during the pandemic was just incredibly bad optics, especially when you didn't add any new features to Xbox Live Gold. I'm not against companies raising prices where it's needed due to inflation or adding new features, but this price hike from $60 a year to $120 was not justified whatsoever. And you can take away two things from this. Xbox fans, your voices are being listened to. Everybody that gathered on social media to point out to Xbox how this was a bad move, whether on Twitter or on YouTube or Instagram, rest assured that your voices are being heard by Microsoft. So not only are your voices heard, but Microsoft is a company that actually listens. For all the great things that Xbox has done and will do in the future, yesterday's decision to raise the price certainly seemed like a Don Matrick era Xbox decision. It really felt like 2013 in the sense that here we are with some terrible PR that nobody wanted, making it seem like Xbox was completely out of touch with what gamers demanded, DRM and all that stuff. And it took not only backlash from the public, but what I would probably guess to be huge internal backlash as well. If you noticed yesterday, once the price increase was announced, not a single Xbox account tweeted for the entire day. From Phil Spencer to Major Nelson to Aaron Greenberg to Stein and all the other Xbox employees, nobody tweeted because they realized how horrible a decision Xbox had made. And it wasn't until later at night, 11 p.m., when they reversed course, did people from Xbox start tweeting again. So in my mind, not only were customers against this move and the backlash was strong, but internally a lot of people at Xbox also are against the move. So when you have customers and employees coming together to basically say to whoever made this decision, whatever executive, this isn't the right thing to do, you have completely lost touch of what gamers and your customers want, then things like this happen. Xbox listened to the criticism and wisely decided to change this before it could grab even more attention and harm the brand long term like the DRM used game thing did back in 2013. So not only did making our voices heard matter, we actually made Xbox better. So they're not increasing the price, and they're actually making free-to-play games, which is something I said would happen this year by the time Halo Infinite is releasing at the end of the year. So finally, Xbox is on par with PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, and the PC, where if you just want to play Fortnite or Warzone or Rocket League or Roblox or any of the free-to-play games on Xbox, you no longer have to subscribe to Xbox Live Gold. And obviously this is going to be a huge boon to Halo Infinite. People are going to be able to play it on console and not have to pay for Xbox Live Gold. This is a move that needed to be done at the beginning of the generation, and I'm happy that Microsoft finally decided to lift the paywall for this. And with the removal of the free-to-play barrier, it certainly does make the Xbox Series S a much more attractive system. It already was because of the $300 price tag, but there was always that concern with people who wanted to play online, especially free-to-play, that you would have to pay $60 a year on Xbox, where on PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, you wouldn't have to. So now I can easily recommend family members who want to play Roblox or Fortnite or Warzone or Apex Legends that, hey, if you don't care about 4K and you want to spend the least amount of money, you can get an Xbox Series S and you don't have to worry about paying $120 a year for Xbox Live Gold. This was a great move and something that should have been done years ago. So kudos to Microsoft for listening to its fans and walking back the price change. However, I do have to ask a question. How did it get to this point in the first place? Who thought at Xbox, on the executive level, or whoever greenlit this change, that this was going to be a good idea and that people wouldn't complain? And certainly, I don't think this is something that they thought of recently. This price hike was planned from last year when Microsoft themselves removed the 12-month card. Because when you go back to the original article and they talk about the price hike and they say it's only $1 for 1 month and $3 for 5 months, they completely leave out the fact that the 6 months card was increased from $40 to $60, which is a $20 hike. And because the 12-month card was gone, they didn't have to write in the article that the price of 12 months was $120. I think this move was calculated and they had planned it for some time and they were just waiting for the dominoes to fall. So I just have to question the thinking here at Xbox. Who at the end of the day thought this was a good idea in the first place? And this is why we as consumers have to remain vigilant and call out terrible practices whenever we see it, instead of sitting there online and saying, well, it's only an extra 40 cents a day. Or you know what, why don't you do some extra chores around the house or get another job to pay for these things? I'm not against the idea of a company raising prices $1 or $2 a month, but when you double the price and not change anything, that is completely unacceptable. As for the claims that this was planned all along, that Microsoft had this grand plan to announce a price hike only to then later on and retract it, making it seem like they're the good guys and they listen, that is completely false. I cannot imagine that being a scenario. You definitely don't want that bad PR to build against your brand all day just to be like, lol, sorry, we were just kidding, guys. I think a lot of people really love conspiracy theories and they want this to be true, because if it wasn't planned, then the reality sets in that Microsoft is just tone deaf and they're out of touch with gamers. And that definitely is more concerning than a conspiracy theory along the lines of this was all just a PR ploy to make Xbox look good in the end. So while I'm very happy that Microsoft made these changes, I will say the fight isn't over, people. I want Xbox Live Gold to completely make multiplayer free, and I know that's a stretch, and I think it will happen in some years' time. And the reason I want it to happen is because I want it to be more in line with what Microsoft already offers on the PC side. On PC, you can play Gears 5, Sea of Thieves, and all of Microsoft's first-party online titles for free. And you can use an Xbox app to use party chat, to talk to people on the service for free. But on the console, we have to pay to play Gears and Sea of Thieves online, and we have to pay to use party chat. So until those are equal, there's still some fight to be had. So that is the video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think about Microsoft raising the price and then walking back on it and making free-to-play games free on Xbox in the comments below. So please hit that like and subscribe button. Hit that notification bell if you always want to be notified whenever I drop a new video like this. Share this out on social media or tell a friend about the channel. If you want to take your support even further, you can hit the join button, which will give you access to channel badges and emotes for the Xbox 2 podcast we do every single Friday with Just Gordon from Windows Central. Thank you guys so much for watching. I truly appreciate each and every one of you that take the time out of your day to do so, and I'll see you in the next video. Later, guys.